Hey guys, welcome. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2024. Let's check out some important 4.2 PTU updates. First of all, in the latest 4.2 PTU, CIG has unbuffed the Gladius. 2 patches ago, the maneuverability, the pitch axis of the Gladius has been buffed from 70 degrees per second to 75 degrees per second. Now, they removed that buff, so the Gladius pitch axis is returned to 70 degrees per second. Second, the Anvil Asgard cross-section emission has been reduced. Front cross-section reduced from 9,810 to 8,310. Side reduced from 31,000 to 21,952. And top from 39,240 to 30,424. The next good change is regarding the Idris. Added missing gimbals on turrets. Also retuned remote turrets traversal speed. Let's check out the gimbal on turrets. So this is a dual size 5 man turret. Around. Press G for gimbal. Yes! It has gimbal now. Nice! Also, the turret rotation speed was increased in the previous patches. Yeah, the rotation speed is really nice, and also the gimbal has been added. Beautiful. Alright, this is not it. Let's check the vehicle loadout manager. We're gonna check the Idris P, vehicle weapons. Also, the remote turret, the gimbal has been added as well. You can see the Reverend Gatling gun gimbal has been added. And now, man turrets here, gimbal has been added. Virpril size 5. Very nice. But what is important is this. This turret, the top front turret. Look at this. It's a Virpril size 6 gimbal mount. Do you know what this means? Which means possibly we can purchase the size 6 guns that is currently in game and switch them with this gimbal mount. Wow! I'm going to be testing this in a dedicated video next. Now, let's continue with the PTU update. Next update is regarding the remote turret for the Idris. The rotation speed has been increased. The yaw axis speed increased from 35 to 77. Pitch axis increased from 35 to 75. Let's check it out. Oh yes! This rotates a lot faster. Ooh, nice! So all 4 remote turrets on both the Idris M and Idris P has been buffed like this. Very nice. Next change, the added internal storage for the Anvil Ballista for 1.05 SCU. Let's check it out. So this is the Anvil Ballista. And check out the internal storage. Right here. Storage access. Yes, 1050k micro SD of storage. Very nice. You also have this storage in the Centurion as well. Now, according to the changelog from Ship Performance Viewer for the 4.2 PTU, we have 318 item changes, and most of them are components. So we can safely assume that every single component that has been changed. And what has been changed mostly is the health, as well as some of the shield regen and down delay. Now, what's the pattern for this change? First of all, let's take a look at the coolers. So the pattern is, for all the size 1 and size 2 coolers, the health has been nerfed. For all the size 3 and size 4 coolers, the health has been buffed. And this not only applies to the coolers, but every single type of component. Now, if we look at this, absolute 0, this is a size 2 cooler. The health has been reduced from 360 to 330. Arctic, this is another size 2 cooler. Health reduced from 830 to 750 by 10%. Blizzard, this is a size 3 cooler. The health has been increased from 1700 to 2000 by 18%. Chill Max, this is another size 3 cooler. Health increased from 1400 to 1800 by 29%. That's a lot. Now, for the size 4 coolers, the health increased dramatically. The size 4 coolers for the Idris, look at this, health 6,200 increased to 19,000. They're really giving a huge buff for the component buff for the capital ships. And the Javelin cooler, health increased from 9,700 to 40,000, 312% buff. And the Bengal carrier, wow, cooler health increased from 15,000 to 84,000. However, for the size 1 cooler as well as all other size 1 component, the health has been reduced a lot. Look at this, Glacier. This is a military cooler, size 1. Health reduced from 700 to 460 by 34%. Heat safe, stealth cooler. Health reduced from 330 to 220. Wow. And heatsink, size 2 stealth cooler. Health reduced from 500 to 460. Now look at the Snowblind Grade A Stealth 1 cooler. Health reduced from 420 to 280. They really nerfed the stealth component. Now power plant is the same thing. Blondie size 2 military power plant. Health reduced from 1500 to 1300. But Durango, the size 3 power plant, health increased from 2200 to 2700. Now, here are the Grade A military power plant. So GS300 size 1, health reduced from 1100 to 710. Wow, even the military A, the health is dramatically reduced by 35%. Now, JS400 size 2 military A, health reduced from 1700 to 1500. JS500, health increased from 2600 to 3100. So which means your light fighter or smaller ships will be more vulnerable to component damage when the armor comes in. But for the bigger ships, especially the capital ships, the components are more protected. Now, quantum drives is the same. Drift, this is a stealth size 1 quantum drive, health reduced from 380 to 260. Even the Crossfield, a military size 2 quantum drive, health reduced from 1100 to 1000. Now, Pontus, this is a size 3 quantum drive, health increased from 1700 to 2100. And the Javelin's size 4 quantum drive, health increased from 11,000 to 47,000. Next will be the radar. Even the radar health is rebalanced according to this pattern. For all the size 0 and size 1 radar, you can see the health, the encounter health reduced from 720 to 480. And the size 3 radar for the Idris, health increased from 1700 to 2100. And for the Polaris radar, it's a size 4 radar, health increased from 4700 to 11,000. And the radar S0 fake, health reduced from 1000 to 0. What? Well, it's fake anyway. Now, last component we're gonna check are the shields. So the shield health is also rebalanced according to this pattern. However, for some of the shield, like this one, military shield, the regen rate is nerfed from 165 to only 100. But the regen delay is buffed and damage delay is buffed. So regen delay from 11.5 seconds to 7 seconds and damage delay reduced from 5.75 seconds to 3.5 seconds. But the health is reduced from 630 to 420. Wow. And that's the all-stop military shield. Let's check the FR shields. These are the military grade A shields. Check the FR66. This is a size 1 military grade A. The regeneration rate is reduced. So slower regen rate, but the down delay and damage delay is buffed. Now, FR76, size 2. It follows the same pattern. Regen rate nerfed. Down delay and damage delay buffed. Now, FR86, size 3 shield. The health is buffed from 2000 to 2400. but the regen rate and down delay, damage delay follows the same pattern. So that's the military shield. Now for the civilian shields, like the 5CA, 5MA, the only thing changed are the health. There is no regen rate or down delay, damage delay change. Now for the competition shield, it's the same. Only the health changed. So Targa is a competition 1, and Halter is another competition, and Trenta is another competition shield. Yes, only the health that's changed for the competition shield. Now for the industrial shield, we do have the health and the regen and down delay change. So the Gladius is a size 4 industrial shield. The regen delay for the industrial shield is buffed from 24,400 to 28,000. But the down delay and damage delay is nerfed. Down delay from 12.2 seconds to 14 seconds. Damage delay increased from 6.1 seconds to 7.2 seconds. And the health is increased from 3,600 to 8,100. Now check the Parapite size 3. It follows the same pattern. Rampart is the size 2 industrial shield. So for the regen delay and down delay, it follows the same pattern. Regen rate is increased, but the down delay and damage delay the time is increased, which means it's nerfed. Now, the health is also nerfed from 1100 to 980. Palisade. This is a size 1 industrial shield, grade A. Same thing. Health is nerfed a lot by 33%. 700 to 470. Regen rate increased. And down delay, the time is also increased and damage delay is also increased. Now, stealth shield. Stealth component only come with size 1 and size 2. So let's check the Mirage, which is a size 1 grade A stealth shield. Of course, the health is nerfed heavily from 500 to 330. The regen rate is increased from 78.5 to 129. Down delay. Wow, down delay nerfed a lot. The timer increased from 5.83 seconds to 9.58 seconds. Damage delay increased from 2.92 seconds to 4.79 seconds. Umbra. This is a size 2 stealth A shield. Regen rate increased 196 to 322. Down delay timer increased from 6.42 seconds to 10.5 seconds. Wow. Damage delay from 3.21 seconds to 5.27 seconds. The damage delay is important during combat. So instead of waiting for 3.21 seconds, you have to wait for over 5 seconds in order to have your shield start to recharge. And the health is decreased from 770 to 700. So this is a general pattern. So for all the military shield, the regen rate is decreased, meaning it's nerfed. But the down delay and damage delay, the timer is decreased, meaning they're buffed. But for both industrial and the stealth shields, the regen rate is buffed, but the down delay and damage delay, the timer is increased a lot, meaning it's nerfed. And for the civilian and the competition shield, the only thing that changed are the health. And for the component health, it follows one pattern. Size 1 component, the health is reduced a lot by around 35%. Size 2 components, the health is reduced by around 9 to 10%. For all the size 3 components, the component health is increased by about 25%. And for the size 4 components, the health increased dramatically by over 300, sometimes over 400%. Depends on the ship. Now, other than the components, we also have missile change for all the missiles and bombs. What's added are the maximum damage for the distortion. So all your missiles and all your bombs, distortion damage is added. And every single one of them is added by 1,000. I think this is just the initial placeholder. So they're giving every single missile, every single bomb, the exactly same distortion damage, 1,000. Later on, they are going to rebalance this. Different missiles, different size will have different distortion damage. And some, we might have distortion missiles. Instead of doing hull damage, maybe we can disable the ship. Really looking forward to see that. But As of right now, every single torpedo, every single missile, every single bomb, the distortion damage is added. So are the decay delay, decay rate, recovery time, they're added.